Why does the thing go back up? Uh, hey again, it's me again. Hi, hi, hi. So I'm Crescent. This is the Madness Collective. If this is the first time you're tuning in, my co-host is Antoine. Somewhere there he is. Hey.
I'm under the weather, people. I might be a little out of character tonight.
You're not alone. So both of us are struggling a little bit tonight. So please bear with. But as I was saying, this is the first time you're tuning in. We do our best to recap the day's headlines, the last 24 hours, last 36 hours. You know, we do what we can, okay? Because the news cycle is crazy. So welcome to the Madness Collective. Let's see. Topics tonight. Monique issued a limited apology to DL Hughley. Super Bowl 58. Beyonce. Usher. I'm sorry. I'm going to say Usher first, but I'm really clearly caught up in Beyonce. Commercials and Taylor's team won. Ozzy Osbourne and Donna Summer's estate are telling Kanye, please, sir, back the fuck up. Biden is frustrated with Netanyahu. I'm going to repeat that. Biden is frustrated with Netanyahu. We're going to elaborate about it, but I just need y'all to hear me say this. Trump to Putin, if you want Europe, it's yours, is basically what he's saying. Biden has forgiven $137 billion in student loan debt, okay? $137 billion. And you can thank Dr. Patricia Bath for your successful cataract surgery. All that and more on this episode of The Madness Collective.
Yay.
So we usually do have like a third guest co-host, but tonight we was just getting it together barely, okay?
Yeah, we can't be canceling shows already. It ain't even been a full month yet.
No. Oh my God. Lisa said, let me hurry up and get my hat. Yeah, Lisa, join me. I am ready. I am ready for country season. What's up, Jason? Okay, so quick update from what we talked about on Friday, which was Club Shay Shay, and Monique was on Club Shay Shay, and I don't like the name Club Shay Shay, so Shannon show, Monique was on there, and we talked about this. Right, so Monique jumped on IG Live with her husband, Sydney, right? That's her husband's name?
Yeah, or daddy, if you will.
I will not.
Oh, and I'm sorry you off center right there. You don't move. It's on my end. Like, it's on my end. I'm gonna fix it in the background at some point. My bad.
So, on Friday we talked about the fact that she had some words for DL Hughley, and it was extra and whatever. So DL had some words back for her, and so this is Sydney. This is Monique and Sydney responding to DL, and she offered love and support to DL Hughley. She called his tactics disheartening. And denying him any malice toward his wife or his daughter. She said, if you are ever courageous enough to want to have a conversation, we're always open to it, because doing that, it shows our community can get better. Okay.
She's so full of shit.
I mean,
the thing that kills me is that she won't take ownership of dragging his daughter into this feud, which was disgusting. And the other thing she did was if y'all don't remember, she got on her fucking platform and said she doesn't understand how DL Hughley's wife could suck the dick of a coward. And now she's trying to say that she didn't insult DL's wife. She was calling him a coward. It had nothing to do with his wife. That is bringing his entire family into the conversation. With her, the line is always moving. What's good for her, you know, she's a hypocrite.
Full out.
She's a hypocrite. So I don't like it. I don't like it. And, you know, it's trash. It's, you know, keep the same energy. And that's why DL was like, I don't accept your apology. Sydney up there crying and shit. I don't know if y'all saw that. He was in tears for some reason. Yeah, if you watch the whole thing, Sydney starts crying.
So, well, to get to the part where she actually did apologize, is because of what she was saying was an issue when she went on his show, and she didn't like how it went down, and she called him and he took it down, but she said he didn't. Whatever. So she said, look, my bad on that, right? I apologize if we were mistaken about that part, but the rest of it, as Antoine noted, she still was just, and that's the thing, is like, you just want, as an adult, you know what I'm saying? You want somebody to admit where they fucked up, right? Like that's accountability. So for you to ask for accountability for somebody else and you not willing to like be accountable yourself, how is that supposed to work?
Yeah, and it was just a flat out lie. She said that when she went on DL's show, they did the have you ever, have you never, whatever. She didn't like it. And so she let DL know she didn't like it, and he pulled the segment. She lied and said he only pulled the segment because her lawyer sent him a cease and desist letter, which was a complete lie. That never happened. They make up shit in the moment to sensationalize this idea that, oh, I made a mistake. That's not a mistake. That's a fucking lie. Yeah. You made up something to make yourself look good, to make somebody else look bad because you in the hot seat. And that's trash to me. People who move that way, that doesn't sit well with me when people just spontaneously make up shit to make themselves look better in a negative situation. Take ownership of it. Watching her, you would think she has never done anything wrong in her entire fucking career, yet nobody fucks with her.
I mean, well, wait. Now, you know, we mentioned she's going on tour with Cat Williams. She had her first night sometime, I think, over the weekend. And we're talking about, if you're just tuning in, because I see fam in the house. Sorry. What's up, fam? That's my cousin. Hey, John. Hey, what's up? Sorry. I'm really excited. Okay. And then Karen said hi. Hey, what's up? So she had her first couple sets with Cat on his tour, and she got a standing ovation, a full minute. They was clapping, and you know. So on this tour also is Torrey Hart, which we mentioned, and then also Mark Curry, which I did not catch last time. So during the set, she issued a pseudo apology to those she called out, including Oprah, Tyler, Stephen A. Smith, and Greg Mathis. And I quote, "I want to apologize for telling y'all to suck my dick," she said, "because I forgot to tell y'all to lick the nuts that came with it." Okay.
It's not fun. It's not funny anymore. Because the thing is, you're a comedian. I know comedians tend to use incidents from their real life experiences, but you have run this into the ground. Can you go up there and be funny for 45 minutes without bringing up all your grievances that started 15 years ago in the industry? I don't want to hear about this shit anymore if I pay $45 for a ticket. I'm over it. Like, be funny, expand your horizons. It's just so low fucking vibrational. And we know you're capable of better. I will tell you this though. She got some of the best hair in the industry. She has a beautiful head of hair. Yeah. Her hair looks gorgeous every time I see her. So shout out to your stylist.
Yeah. Jason said it seems like she's trying to hit them Cat Williams heights. Now she's trying to back that thing up. I don't know what she's doing. It's just it's uneven. It's uneven. And at this stage in our lives, we can see that. We can call that out and be like, "Girl, what are we talking about right now?"
And it's like another thing too is with the exception of Mark Curry, who probably does, I feel like he's pretty justified, and we all kind of are in agreement with why he feels the way that he does. Mm-hmm. But everybody else, it's like a bitterness. It's like a bitterness tour. Like between Torrey used to go in on Kev. It was back and forth. I'm like, weren't you a comedian beforehand? Do what you do. Then Cat has Torrey. I think it's Torrey, but I could be wrong. Is it Torrey or Torrey? I mean, I don't know.
Somebody look. One of y'all production people,
correct us. But all three of them, Cat, Monique, and Torrey, are embittered. You know what I mean? It's like a lot of what they're currently standing on, the business that these niggas are standing on, involves being embittered. And I get that to a certain extent, but then I just want you to get up there and be funny without having to rehash all this shit all over and shit on everybody else. I feel like
use the term bitter into funny because nobody want to hear that.
Right.
Last thing I'm gonna say, and we're gonna move on from Monique, is Lisa said it's to Ray. So what you're saying? So it's to Ray. To Ray. Yeah.
So what was I saying?
You were saying it correctly. I was saying Torrey.
Oh, okay.
That's why we wanted clarity on like what was. Thank you, Lisa. See?
Thank you,
hey, Melissa. Y'all so great. So last thing about the interview, which we didn't cover on Friday, was that at one point she did tell Shannon, "You need to start dating women in your class, in your age range." It was a funny exchange because she was like basically auntie, like, "Negro, look now, you need to stop chasing around these 20-year-olds. Get you a woman who can cook you some good food and rub your feet, whatever." I'm gonna come back to that later because we're gonna mention Ashanti and Nelly. Okay.
Well, real quick too. Apparently, because I missed the last hour.
Okay.
She dragged what? What's wrong?
No, Chavez is like, it's Torrey. I'm done. I don't know who it is. Go ahead. Sorry.
Somehow Shaq got pulled into this. I'm watching. Look, apparently that last hour, it was a lot of jabs. Shannon said something involving Shaq, and I guess Monique goes, Shaq, and I love that brother. He's a friend, but Shannon, you can't trust a man who don't have a woman. You can't trust a man that don't have a woman by his side. And Shaq responded. And Shaq was like, I love Monique. This ain't how I get down. But, you know, I don't have any problems. He said, I flew here privately. All my guys are here. We're in $1 million suite. He said, I saw 7 homeless people on the way here. And when I think about problems, I have to really reevaluate. Are my problems really problems? Okay, and he said, I'm not going to put a woman on blast. I'm not going to fight with a woman on camera. Woo! And he basically just said, it's all love. And then he said, Monique, come on now. And that's basically where he left it. Shaq out here teaching niggas how to be classy.
I mean, because what else? That's the grown up response, right? Like, yes. Okay, girl. Oh, look, okay. Because why would you say that? Like,
just shit on everybody. Damn, like.
We moving on because I will not.
Yeah.
Super Bowl, okay, Super Bowl. Super Bowl 58 was last night. That's not necessarily why Antoine and I aren't feeling well, but it was a lot. It was a lot going on yesterday. So I was trying to get in place for all the singing. I miss Andra Day. I'm like, now it's a name. Now I'm checking all the names that I say.
I actually saw her performance.
I saw it today, but I didn't see it like last night. So she.
Same with me. Same with me.
Okay. She did lift every voice and sing. I love her voice. Her rendition was different. It was a different rendition, but which is usually what happens. Like, you know, whoever's singing it changes. Post Malone did America the Beautiful. I was like, what is happening? I don't know that man. The reason why I knew who it was because you mean like I've never heard him sing and like guitar.
You never do. That was rare for him because there are multiple interviews where Post Malone literally says, I can't sing. That's why you always hear me auto-tune. And then when I saw him sing, I was like, that shit was hot. You did your thing. Yeah. I liked it. He did a good job.
Yeah. And then Reba McEntire did the national anthem. And then online afterwards, she had posted a picture of herself with boots with the fur. And they were like, okay, Reba J. Blige. It was hilarious. Like Twitter X was having a good time with her.
Who was the Negro crying when she was singing? Did you see that?
No, I did not.
There's this big ass black football player and the camera went to him. I was like,
Yes, I did.
Yes.
I don't know who that was.
Hey, nothing wrong with it. Like, you make it to the Super Bowl, you emotional, I get it. It's just, I just want to know who he is. I respect me. Look, I was crying at something I was watching today. What was I watching and I started crying? Oh, it was that damn Kia ad for the Super Bowl. I cried watching that.
Which one was the Kia ad? I didn't see that one.
The Kia ad is where it's the dad. It's a girl and she's ice skating. And the camera goes to her dad in the crowd. And the dad is sitting next to an empty seat. And you see the girl look at her dad. They make eye contact and she like kills the shit, right? Mm-hmm. And then on the way home, the dad takes a detour, and I think he takes her to her grandfather's house in the woods. The grandfather is in a wheelchair, and he obviously is kind of, convalescent. And so he's got this lake nearby. The father puts these lights up, and his electric Kia lets him light the lights, and the girl does the same routine she did at her event for the grandfather. And he writes the number 10 in the frost on the window to give her a 10 for her performance.
Oh, no, I didn't see that.
It was nice.
I do have the commercial section somewhere below, but thank you for telling me about that one.
Sorry, I jumped the gun.
No, I was like, where we at? Okay. Also, Ice Spice was hanging with Taylor Swift in the suite. And there was a lot of jokes about that on Twitter X. So that was funny. The trailer for Wicked was released.
I don't know. What did you think?
I mean, Cynthia is not my favorite person. So, I mean, you know what? I need to watch it again. Just visually, it looked cool. I'll say that. It looked cool. Cynthia has an amazing voice.
She does.
So does Ariana. And I'm done. What did you think?
Yeah, you so fucking shady.
Beautiful gown. Beautiful gown.
I went, friend of the show, Nefertari Spencer. Me and Neff went and saw Wicked. Was it at the Henry Fonda Theater? a friend of mine he had read the book and he was telling me about it. I was like, oh, that sounds interesting. Like they go to school together and shit. And so I saw it and I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was a really good show. I enjoyed the trailer. The only thing that threw me off a little bit with the trailer is Cynthia and Ariana look like they're two completely different ages, and that's not really how the story works. But am I like, what's Cynthia's age? Do we know? I don't know.
I don't know.
But I guess it really doesn't matter since she's green or whatever, but it looks good to me. I'm definitely going to see it because I enjoyed the musical.
I probably will see it because I like their voices. I really do love their voices.
Yeah.
And I'm familiar enough with it. I never saw it on Broadway, but I'm familiar enough with it. So sorry, just Melicia's helping out. Dion said Chris Jones is the guy who's crying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my cousin said the same thing too. Thank you guys. And then Chavez said he cried last week looking at his big
I just think, you know what, I will say this. When I was younger, I just was not, I don't know if it was some sort of emotional trauma. I just was not a crier when I was younger. I cried 13 times a week now. And all kinds of stuff sets me off. I'll be sitting here all over the place. So,
and I guess you can't blame it on hormones like I can. So I don't know what's going on with you.
I'm just more emotionally in touch with myself now, I guess.
Okay, I like that. That's growth. I like that.
Yeah,
okay, bet.
Yeah, especially black men ain't supposed. It's with us. It's something else on top of everything else. So yeah. I'm glad I've broken through that facade.
And we're gonna get to this, but Kayla's saying Beyonce not letting my bank account breathe. I know, right? Goddamn, girl. But we're gonna get there. I promise. And then Taylor's team won. So there's that. Super Bowl highlights. But the big highlight was Usher's halftime show. What's funny is that one of the Super Bowl parties that I went to yesterday, people were like rolling in, you shady for bringing that. That's the first one you brought up.
Hugging all up on that married woman. And look, Usher got married right after the Super Bowl. What the fuck are y'all doing?
Well, I thought he got married before, but they announced it afterward. But it was like,
I read it's all over the place.
But look, I will say this. I'm glad he waited on that announcement. Thank you for that.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, he started with Caught Up. That's how he opened. Guests were Alicia Keys, Jermaine Dupri. I didn't know who the fuck that was on stage. I was like, who is that?
Fucking the leprechaun in the white socks.
Oh my God.
Dude, where's my stylist? What the fuck was that?
Ludacris and her. It was so great to see her. And then she did the national anthem thing when she was like 11 or something. And so for her to come back in this capacity was awesome.
Yeah.
Usher had an outfit change. There was roller skating. There was poles. I wasn't sure if there was gonna be poles because it's supposed to be, like family time. But
yeah, when I saw the poles, I was like, y'all doing too much.
Wait, you saw somebody fell off one.
Somebody fell off one of them.
Yeah,
I didn't even
had the. They were like, "Did y'all see this?" I was like, "No, I missed that."
I did not notice that. I saw the stripper poles, and I'm like, "Yeah, y'all could have left them in the ATL."
Vegas, it's part of his Vegas show.
You know what? I guess my only criticism of the show. Well, I have two criticisms of his show. One of them don't even involve this nigga. Alicia Keys is not a soprano. Somebody needs to tell her it's time.
Okay,
it's time. It's time to share that information with. I've been telling people for the longest. I'm like, her voice is so struggly. I listened to Empire State of Mind. Woo, there's some struggly vocals, especially if you listen to the version. There's two versions of that song. The one everybody is familiar with is the one with Jay-Z. She has a version on her own album where she's just singing.
Yeah.
Ooh.
No.
It's like,
I
don't know how to describe it. Y'all know when they say like heroin addicts, when they do heroin the first time, it's like, it's amazing. And then they keep chasing like Puff the Magic Dragon trying to get that same high. That's what the fuck it feels like.
Antoine.
That's what, I'm sorry. Somebody needs to tell her. The voice was cracking on note number 2 that came out of her mouth. Now, she looked amazing. She thick as hell. She looked amazing.
She looked great. She did look good.
That piano was fly as fuck. That red piano was everything. But my God, can y'all lower the key by a half step so she could hit the notes or something?
So I'm watching it because I was with people. I wasn't able to like focus, and I didn't get a chance to rewatch it today. But in terms of commentary, that was one of the things that people were saying. They're like, yeah, as soon as she opened her voice, that first note did not happen. And then someone said that this is karma because they're like, she ain't gonna get her voice back because of what she did to that lady's husband.
They need to stop. They need to stop with this.
Like 15, 20 years. How long ago was that? Like,
they done had 2 kids, I think, since then. It's like, come on. Oh, real quick. My other criticism, I don't know how y'all feel about this, but I didn't like the styling at all. It was all over the place. Well, I didn't see a theme. I guess the theme was supposed to be Vegas. I saw the feathers. I got that, but I didn't see any cohesion there with the styling. It just seemed all over the place.
I will say, because having seen his show in Vegas, I didn't love all the styling in the show in Vegas. So there were parts that I loved, and there were parts that I was like, whose idea was this outfit? So when I saw what I saw last night, I was like, it's the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's interesting too are the headlines. Because so the one I included on the show flow was just like, yo, this was a dope, performance, right?
Mm-hmm.
The other 2 headlines I was seeing, they were like, yeah, it was cool, it was chaotic, but cool. Like there was like, and those were of course white established, white publications, and I was like, what is we doing? I was like, I'm not putting this on a show flow. Like Antoine,
I did see the one that said chaotic. I'm like, maybe them saying chaotic is connected to my view of the lack of cohesion in the outfits and stuff. Maybe that's what they meant by chaotic. I don't know, but I wouldn't have used the word chaotic.
And even though, to your point, I kind of felt the same way at times, but I was like, I'm not saying it. I don't know. No. Overall, I thoroughly enjoyed it. And then Bev said it felt like, talking about Alicia, it felt like she needs to cough or clear her throat.
It always sounds like that with her.
Yeah.
She has a frog. She has a frog living in her throat.
Oh, only because I do want to note this. Sarah said that Jermaine Dupri said she saw his post showing they were Louis Vuitton socks. She's like, baby, all we saw was Easter socks. So
I don't give a fuck. Just cause, you know what? Just because it's a designer brand don't mean it's cute for you.
No.
You need to find something else because those socks are not working for you, Mr. Dupree.
I did appreciate when he came up off of his shirt. Thank you for that, Usher. That was a nice moment. I fucked with that.
He looked good.
Yeah, he did.
He was more. Look, I'm always curious about these things because this happened when Justin Bieber did the Calvin Klein ad. When you see them live, they are never as muscular as they are in the ad. He still looked good, but the pictures we looked at last week, that was not the same body that was in those photos.
No.
I'm just saying.
Were you expecting Justin to show up? Because I wasn't. People kept thinking Justin Bieber was going to like pop up.
Well, Justin is his protege, so that's why people thought that. That would have been hot if Justin had showed up. That would have been hot. Justin Bieber's a good performer.
I know. Yeah, I like him. I wasn't looking for that. So what else?
Yeah.
All right, Beyonce. So Beyonce was like, I see you, Taylor. I see you, Usher. Here's what I'm going to do. I got a full 1:30 fucking Verizon ad. And of course, they didn't show the whole thing during the game, but I saw the whole thing today. It was Beyonce. I was funny. Beyonce of the United States. I was funny. On Top of the Spear, Barbie. I enjoyed it thoroughly. And then she announced that, hey, it's country time, Act 2. What's up? I am so excited about this. Yes. Hey, girl.
I
hey.
am too.
And so just in terms of not backstory, but Daddy Lessons Unlimited was one of my favorite tracks. And I saw a tweet that said, if you weren't fucking with Daddy Lessons, I don't want to hear shit what you got to say about this. Next iteration, the North remembers. I know that's right. Someone else said that they haven't seen her speak this much since her Destiny Child days.
It's true. But let me throw something in real quick.
Yeah.
I think there was some Nicki Minaj shade in that commercial.
Why? Someone else said that. Why do you think that?
She said, they said Barbie, then they showed her decked out in Barbie, and she turned around and said, I felt that was shade. There was no other reason for her to be connected with that. I just truly felt like that was, and look, I'm going to connect it because Nicki been throwing subs at Beyonce for a little while. And
That's what I keep hearing.
In the Savage remix, Beyonce says, if you're looking for some real ass, baby, here's your chance.
Yes.
Well, if you remember when the Say So remix came out, there are two versions of that remix. Nicki went and rewrote her verse after she heard the Savage remix. And her verse on the finalized version of Say So, she's basically saying all that real ass can help you keep your man with all them fillers in your face. That cannot be a coincidence. And then on her new album, she actually references Beyonce's name. She says, they say, why can't you be more like Beyonce? And she basically says, I didn't grow up with a silver spoon in my mouth like her, essentially.
That I heard about that line.
Yes, it's been subtle. To me, it's been sub. So, and then the other thing too is the same word she said when she said she says that on the Savage remix. She says a bunch of times on the Savage remix. I don't know. I'm just connecting some dots here. I'm just saying.
I don't want to talk about Nicki anymore because we spent a lot of time on Nicki, but I don't want that for Nicki. How about that? Beyonce is good, but I don't want that for her. You've done more than enough. How about you fall back? But quickly speaking about Barbie, I finally watched the movie over the weekend and I texted Antoine like immediately and he was just like, we talked about this. I don't really like it. I was like, oh, I'm sorry because I currently am having an existential crisis. So it really spoke to me.
You connected to it, yeah.
Look, you talk about crying. There was a section where I was like, I gotta get myself together. Lord,
I do need to rewatch it because my ghetto ass family, I went to the theater with them. And my mother is hard of hearing, and she talked through the whole fucking movie.
What?
And I had to tell her, I said, woman, can everybody else listen? I was just asking you a question. And I'm like, this is why I'll go to the movies with you.
Oh, Lord. And you, look, I am a tyrant about the fucking movies. Don't ask me to, no. Literally, I'm like, I'm not playing this game with people. So yeah, that would have drawn me.
They get attitude with me about it. But what we really need to talk about, you could, finish up your Barbie. I just want to put something up on the screen while you finish. I'm
going to this. I'm going back to Texas Hold'em and 16 carriages. Texas Hold'em, my fucking love. She recorded these a while ago. Beyonce was like, "Oh, I spent my pandemic time quite well. Okay, I was quite productive during the pandemic." So, soon as like the Verizon ad ends, she ends it with like they're ready to drop the music. Dude, everybody where I was at was on their phones. Like, like, what's up? Where's that? Where's that? And then so she posted a minute-long video on Instagram showing a taxi with a Texas vanity plate saying, hold him, driving through the dusty roads. I love Beyonce. So there's the Grammy Award-winning musician, is it I don't know how to say her first name, Giddens, who was, she's a Greensboro native. So she's playing banjo on Texas Hold'em. I don't know if she's on 16 Carriages as well. Video ended with Act 2. The date is coming out is March 29th. But the banjo lady sounds super cool. I don't know if you had gotten a chance to like do any more research on her, Antoine.
Well, I didn't do more research on her, but what a lot of people need to understand is the banjo is an African instrument. It's a lute. It's an African lute, and Black people of African descent are the ones who taught most of the first white country musicians. The first family of country is considered the Carter family. And Joan Carter, who married Johnny Cash, she actually was a child star. There was a group called the Carter Family, and it was June and her mother. They would perform. Okay. And I'm trying to think of the guy's name. It was something Ridley. I can't remember his name. The guitarist. He taught Mama Carter how to play the style that she became known for. So she learned all of that from a Black musician. Riddle, something Riddle. Hank Williams learned everything he knew from a Black musician. Ray Charles doesn't get enough credit for bringing country music to the masses. He did an album that combined R&B with country, and that was a big introduction for a lot of people who weren't familiar. So, we're firmly rooted in it.
Right. And a lot of commentary was the way she was basically reintroducing house and reclaiming house for the community is the same what she's doing with country. And now they're saying Act 3 actually might be rock and roll. I don't know. I'm here for whatever you decide to do because your creativity is just awesomeness and I'm down for it. But but the other woman, I'm going to say Rhiannon, maybe. so she's doing exactly what you're talking about, Antoine. Like she's going around teaching people about the culture of the banjo and its roots in the Black community. She wrote an essay about it. Like she got a Pulitzer Prize for her opera she did on Omar, an enslaved African scholar. She's also a recipient of the MacArthur Genius Grant. Like she's dope. She's highlighting more artists and artistry on her and history on her social media. It's called Black Banjo Renaissance. How about that?
Oh wow.
Yes, I know, right? So yeah, like it was super exciting. So once like Beyonce announced her stuff, I don't actually remember the rest of the night. Cause I was like, nah, I gotta get another ticket, girl. Exactly what Kale said. This child is in my fucking my bank account, rough. I can't. So glad I already got the hat though. So at least I'm halfway there.
And the black guitarist, his name is Leslie Riddle, the one that taught Mama Carter how to play her style of
thank
guitar.
You. I will say, like, people text me like, how is one know all that random ass information? I'm like, I don't know. Because he's a genius. I don't know what to tell you. Like, what you want?
Look, the two things that have always irritated me is, y'all know I say they stay stealing. But it's, you even take the idea of a cowboy. Shout out to your hat tonight, Crescent. The original cowboys it started in the 17th century. They're called vaqueros. And all these words that we associate with cowboys, chaps come from a Spanish word, chapaderas. The terrain here in the West is really rough, so they had to wear that to protect themselves. And what happened was the Spaniards that came here, they knew a little bit about herding cattle because they brought cattle over, but motherfuckers don't never want to do the work on their own. So they had to teach the indigenous Mexicans, the indigenous Mexican men that were here. They taught them certain skills, but then they combined it with other things. So when you think of a rope, they would braid their own rope. They made their own chaps. The hat that Crescent is wearing right now is a descendant of a Mexican sombrero. And what ended up happening was that was the blueprint for the current cowboy. Now, where black people come in, it was desirable for slave traders to bring over Africans who knew how to herd animals. So when they came over, and again, because none of these motherfuckers wanted to do the work on their own, they had them trained under the vaqueros, and they took their cattling skills, their herding skills, combined it with the skills that the vaqueros taught them, and then they contributed even more to the cowboy culture. And the lassoing cattle and herding them, and the horsemanship, that the horsemanship came from Europe, but all the rest of it came from the indigenous Mexican men that were taught some aspects of European horsemanship. So yeah, the whole idea of a cowboy, it did not come from white people. It came from indigenous Mexican men, and then we played a part when Africans were brought over and taught that aspect of the culture. And at one point, it's speculated that up to 1/4 of all cowboys in the United States were African Americans. So
there we go.
Yeah,
also,
just stay woke, y'all. Stay woke.
Please stay woke. And Danielle sent us a tweet today, I think, talking about T-Pain used to write for a lot of country music artists, and he stopped acknowledging that he was doing that because he got all this racism. Like, he just kept getting hit with all this bullshit. So this country is wild, right? In terms of what they don't want to give us credit for, the shit that they take away when they think it's going to benefit us in some kind of capacity. So we're going to continue to talk about that. So it's Rhiannon.
Oh, you know what? I was looking at something else. You know how I always know how to pronounce that name? From the Fleetwood Mac has a song called Rhiannon. So that's how I know I pronounce that name. Yeah, it's a good song.
Yeah, all right, bet. So, and then I think a couple more things with Super Bowl and we're going to move on. Commercials. So, of course, Beyonce's ad, that was number one for me. The Dunkin' ad with Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, J-Lo, Tom Brady. I don't really like Tom Brady, but okay. Fat Joe, Jack Harlow was in it. Like, I love that. That was second, definitely.
That was cute.
Yeah, he was like, Affleck on the track. I was like, I love silly Ben. Silly Ben.
Boston Massacre. I loved it.
Matt Damon was like, you remember how I said I'd do anything for you? Can we wrap this up?
I met Matt Damon once in Las Vegas. Oh, yeah, I didn't even just make that connection. I met him in Las Vegas.
Was he nice?
15 years ago. He was
nice?
So sweet. Yes, he's a sweetheart. Hey, my friend that I moved here with, he used to golf. and he golfed one day, and Matt was with somebody else, and they ran into each other and they met each other, right? So we're in Vegas, and we used to roll deep in Vegas. It'd be 12 of us. And we're walking through a door. Matt is coming through, and my buddy goes, "Hey, Matt." And he turns and looks at my friend, and he goes, "Hey, at such and such golf course." And he goes, "Oh, hey," shook his hand. Matt went and shook every one of our hands and introduced himself to us.
Aw. See?
Yes.
Love him.
Yeah, I love
commercial. When he said, "Sometimes it's really hard to be your friend." That's the line I was trying to remember. And then at the end, he's like, "How you like them donuts?" He's like, "I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I do what I do." The CeraVe commercial with Michael Cera, I love that.
That was
the
good
Dorito
too.
commercial was cute. The Dove is a Hard Knock Life. That was cute. Google Pixel. I thought about you because you have a Google Pixel.
Yes.
That was cute. State Farm was cute. Volkswagen, Mayo Cat. That was funny. Also, I love Kate McKinnon. Just overall, the diversity ads was was awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
While y'all out here trying to like talk shit about Black history and DEI and CRT, which is not a real thing, except if you're in grad school. But like the diversity in the ads, I was like, yes, hello, that is America. So while somebody's trying to take us back to the 50s, which is not a good look for anybody who wasn't like a white male, I don't want that. Nobody wants that. The diversity ads, perfection. Now, where was a little crazy was that he gets us Jesus ads. I don't even.
I didn't see that.
I felt like, I don't know. I think there were two, but what everybody again commentary online was, y'all got what 12 million, however it costs to do these ads, and it's people out here starving, right? Like it's people out here who need those funds. But sure,
feed the children with their money.
Okay, and then the officially the worst one was Robert F. Kennedy's.
Ooh.
I mean, like that was bad, like bad. And the people that I was with were like, it's giving Jim Crow era. Like, you know what I mean? Like the look of it, like it was just like, ew, this is crazy.
And he's like gone off the deep end. You know, he's a huge conspiracy theorist.
Yes, he is.
I'm shocked. Well, I guess the family has come out and spoken against it, but the fact that he was able to do that legally without even, because I don't care if it's your uncle or not. You shouldn't be able to just take anything your uncle did and reappropriate it.
So Cousins came out, was like, B, we don't know. My mother would not appreciate this. No, nobody likes this. And then, so he came out and apologized, but he still has his pinned tweet, like on his social media, is like, oh yeah. And he's like, I didn't do it. The PAC that supports me did it. But on the news today, on MSNBC today, they said that PAC is a Trump PAC. So again, because you calling yourself voting for RFK Jr., that's a vote for Trump because he's not winning. Yeah. RFK Jr. is not going to win shit. So if you call yourself voting for him, that is a vote for Trump, to be 1,000% clear.
Oh, yo, real quick. I didn't know this. Kristen said rumors Fleetwood Mac turned 47 earlier this month. I had no idea. I'm glad we brought that up. I haven't listened to that album. My dad loved Fleetwood Mac, so I grew up listening to them. I got to listen to that album again tonight. Thank you for bringing it up, Kristen. I had forgotten all about that.
So I don't know. Did you? Bev said, what did we think about the Dan Levy, Lil Wayne ads? I saw half of one, but I didn't see it. I didn't go back to it. I saw the one with him with the other chick from SNL.
That was not good. The Dan Levy one it just wasn't giving anything special. I didn't see the Lil Wayne one though.
I saw that one before the Super Bowl, but it was like super quick. So I was like, okay, at some point, I guess I'll see the longer version of it. I didn't.
I just think me having watched shit, and I didn't even watch Schitt's Creek from the beginning. I think I watched the last 2 seasons. Oh, I love that show. And what I saw in that commercial was a complete waste of Dan Levy because he's hilarious. Yeah, so it was a waste of his talents. Yeah.
So the beginning of the Lil Wayne Dan ad that I did see, I was like, I'm curious, but then like I said, I didn't go back to it. So sorry, Bev, we ain't got a real answer for you on that one. Last thing that happened around Super Bowl was Nelly got on IG Live and called his girlfriend Ashanti and was like, I'm missing a tooth. You help me. The thing is, so they're both on IG Live and she is hollering laughing. She is cracking up laughing at him. This shit was so cute. And so he was headed to do, I think he had a performance or something. She was like, you got 6 hours to figure this out. But she was clowning him. She was like, I found it for you in Miami. She was like, you ain't got no spares? Where the spares at?
Nigga, can we get your tooth found? You have an album that's diamond. Can we get a tooth permanently installed in your motherfucking mouth?
Oh my God. And then he was like, you still love me? She's like, of course I do. They were so cute. And she was like, babe, what we gonna do? She said, what we gonna do? Y'all are adorable. And then I don't know if her cousin friend, somebody was with her, and he he was like, you can't be laughing at me. You got braces. She was like, I might need to take them off and give them to you because you the one that needs some help. They were so adorable. So going back to what I said, what Monique said to Shannon about getting you somebody, your age. I'm like, they're just adorable. I love that they're back together. I hope he's treating her right. I think she is.
I hope so too.
She's grown and she could like keep it pushing if, whatever, but.
Yeah, she looks fabulous too. She looks amazing.
She does. Yeah, she looks so good. Bev said toothless. Okay, wait. So Kale said, and because we're moving on, me looking at all the companies just went through massive layoffs running $7 million Super Bowl ads. I know that's right. Okay, like all that money that just got spent. Y'all wilding out here. Capitalism. All right, moving on. So we had to do this Kanye thing again because Ozzy Osbourne and Donna Summer's estates are like, dude, ain't nobody giving you permission to do shit. You anti-Semitic, you talking crazy. We don't fuck with you. Please keep our stuff away from you. Just in a nutshell. So he might be getting sued for copyright infringement.
So I think he might be able to skirt around it because what ended up happening was, I believe the unauthorized sample is what he used during the performance. But by the time they released the official song, he replaced it with, here's what's funny. He sampled Iron Man previously. The sample that he used.
That's Ozzy's song.
Yeah. Well, I think it's Black Sabbath, but Ozzy and Black Sabbath are, synonymous pretty much. So he used it on a previous song, and I guess it was cleared. But when he used it this time, it was from a different performance. It was he sampled a live performance of Iron Man. That one was unauthorized. Now, obviously, when he got permission before, it was before he became an anti-Semite. So, so I guess on the final version, he sampled his own sample from the other one that he had recorded that was authorized. Yeah. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. It's bad.
So what I did see was a post talking about he put out a plea because he's like, it's hard for me to book venues. Y'all know why. Can somebody help me out? So this one was that he's basically the only spot he can book right now is the United Center in Chicago because, Chicago.
Chicago, yeah.
You family. We know you crazy, but you family. So we still gonna let you roll up in here like that. But I'm like, dude, you out here online begging for somebody to help you find a place to perform.
This is no shade. I promise you I'm not trying to be shady here.
Okay, I'm listening.
I recognize that Ty Dolla $ign is a good writer and producer. I don't understand how he got this esteemed role in doing a Watch the Throne type album with Kanye. I don't feel like he's. Do you get what I'm trying to say here? I find it odd that that's who Kanye did the album with, because it's both of them.
But I look at it as I don't think that many people are still trying to fuck with him. So, because Ty Dolla is. He's got good output from what I can tell from as a producer and
but not as I guess for me, like I feel like God, because I'm not trying to be offensive by saying this. I don't feel like Ty has cemented himself in the culture as a solo artist. As a writer and producer, I feel like he's well known. So that's why it was odd to me that he's essentially. I don't know on the album, I don't know is he rapping on the album just as much as Kanye? So I just don't know. I don't know.
I feel like the youngers could probably chime in a little bit better on all of what Ty Dolla $ign has been. I don't know. But I think what you're getting at is I do think there's not that many people who are cool with fucking with Kanye right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that number is that pool is kind of shrunk a little bit.
Yeah, because he gets a ton of features. Because every now and again, I'll see his name is featured. I'm like, how did this nigga get on this song? And then I'm like, he probably produced it. Because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Hot Girl Summer with Nicki and Megan also features Ty Dolla $ign.
I mean,
most people don't even think of him when they think of that song. They think of Nicki and Megan.
Yeah, like I don't. That's what I said. Like I can't really speak on Ty Dolla too much. So if you're watching, like the show and also subscribe. I know we usually say that's at the end, but we try and do better about saying it kind of, well, at this point, a little over halfway through. Just want to put that out there. Then Tony did say, what happened to my no or minimal Kanye pledge? My bad. It's just this motherfucker out here begging the streets to find some place to play, to perform. And he out here got a stage talking about, for real, keep our music off your shit. We not fucking with you like that. Yeah, I had to say that.
The culture be culturing. And he actually has been, between, because they're saying Northwest is the youngest person, I think, now to have a top 10 single on the Billboard charts, perhaps.
Yes.
So that, along with his Super Bowl commercial, and didn't he do a Super Bowl commercial?
Kanye back in the day?
Yeah. No, he had a commercial, didn't he? Somebody texted me and said Kanye had a Super Bowl commercial and he did it on an iPhone.
I don't remember that.
Okay, I could be wrong. I have to check my text messages. Anybody in the chat, did y'all hear anything about this?
I'm looking.
I could be wrong. Maybe it was a joke.
So TMZ said he blew $7 million on a Super Bowl spot.
Yeah, Dion said yes, he did. He has a Super Bowl ad,
but $0 on production for the commercial, filming himself with his phone.
Yeah, it's just on his phone. So that's what I meant, is that, between the single, then his girlfriend walking around naked in a see-through raincoat, and him pleading for people to let him perform at their venues, like he's really been in the news cycle recently.
Oh my God. Like, no, that literally, as much as I was online yesterday, that did not even enter.
Yeah.
Look, speaking of cleansing, my timeline is like, we don't talk about Kanye, okay? Apparently, since we're on it, it sounds like, so it's cost $7 million, 30-second slot, generated 200 and something, a little over almost $300,000 in orders. I mean, over 300,000 orders, totaling $19.3 million in less than 24 hours of sales.
So it was a good investment. I believe also the Vultures. I think it's a trilogy. I think he's doing the same thing. People need to stop thinking they can be Beyonce, because I thought the same thing when Nicki did Pink Friday 2 and then dropped one fucking video. I'm like, you are not Beyonce. You need visuals to accompany your songs. I need that.
Angie said, I'm late. Did y'all talk about the new wife and what's going on with that? You talking about Kanye's wife? Yeah, like a couple times. And then Angie noted she wore a purple triangle to the Super Bowl.
Well, look.
I missed them completely.
We didn't get to talk about it because I wanted to. Let me see if I can bring it up real quick. I didn't want to let this go, because I was like, Beyonce, you about to scare some people. When
that one look. Wait, which look? That one. Yeah, that look right there. That look right there.
The coochie covering made out of a silver heart, girl. Girl, I'm here for it.
I love her so much. Yes, Beyonce. Like, I don't give a fuck. Look. I have 3 kids, and yes, she did have 3 kids. Y'all, with this conspiracy Illuminati bullshit, get up out of here, okay? She's like, I look good, okay? I'm in my grown woman full out. So what's up? What we doing?
Oh, and Rumi was at the Super Bowl with Blue Ivy.
I know, that was so cute. Yes,
it was.
So I'm very happy with all of that. All right, sorry, this is not fun, political shit. But we got to, because some of y'all here talking about voting for third party or voting for fucking Trump, just outright, which is insanity. So we haven't spent any time talking in depth about the Gaza-Israel war, because I want us to, if we're gonna do it, I want us to kind of like have time to really do it.
We got to be strategic with that shit.
1000%. So all we doing right now is reporting, relaying what we've kind of read. Okay. So right now, Biden and team particularly privately, are like, dude, we Netanyahu is not fucking listening to what the fuck we trying to tell him. Okay, he too is quite frustrated with what the fuck is popping off over there. He is not happy about it. So everybody out here screaming about Biden supporting genocide, Biden administration supporting genocide. They too want this shit to come to a close. All right, they recognize and have recognized for a minute it is a fucking problem. It is bad. So be clear. So he stopped short of criticizing him in public because peep game. Okay, we said this. I'm just probably have to repeat it a couple times. Israel they're our allies in the Middle East. Okay, I'm gonna repeat that. Israel are our allies in the Middle East. We gotta fuck with them whether we want to or not. Period.
Yeah,
okay?
it's strategic. People, because I've made the mistake in the past of saying that there should be separation between church and state, and that we support that because of a lot of stuff that's in the Bible and all this other stuff. No, a big part of it is strategy, and we give them a lot of missiles and a lot of artillery. So there's some shit goes down, we have a base there,
okay,
to work from. So that is a big part of it. They deny it.
I actually was about to tell you to get up a flag together so you could see what the Middle East, you know what I'm saying, to help people visualize, you know what I'm saying? Like, so again, our allies in the Middle East, which we need. Now, Netanyahu is basically Trump, but a little bit smarter, okay? So just so you understand the personality that you're dealing with is a person, it's a Trump-like person. And if Trump were in office, he would have told Netanyahu, flatten that shit. Like, there would be no help, okay? There would be no trying to placate. There'd be no trying to like, hey, let's get the ceasefire popping. None of that.
Yeah. Now, how we established that ally in the Middle East, that's another story.
Hey. Hey,
and just to give just a little preview, I find it ironic that Israel is kind of like trying to snuff out like they going through trying to find these little corners. It's like, where they at? It's reminiscent of some of the things that happened in Nazi Germany to the Jews. I'm just saying. There's some parallels that can be easily drawn. So you would think.
You know, thank you for bringing it up. Hold that thought.
I'm gonna hold it. I'm sorry. I've said too much already.
No, because it's helpful for like the next headline. But as far as this is concerned, so Senator Murphy, who's a Democrat from I think Connecticut, he pointed to Biden's Thursday statement saying that Israel has gone too far in Gaza, and had a recent call with Secretary Blinken and saying Israel is not to dehumanize others as Israel themselves have been dehumanized, right? Like that's like they're trying to be. There's nuance, okay? Like they can't just be in there to go and say, hey, this is what the fuck you need to do. Again, we don't actually run Israel. We do have a lot of sway, but we don't actually run that country, all right? So currently, we're pushing for a 6-week pause. And I do want us to spend some time, as Antoine noted, we want to tread lightly here, but just sharing facts, okay? Just sharing like information. And the history of the Middle East, especially that area, is crazy. Okay, it's a lot. I shouldn't say crazy. It's just a lot going on. So you can't just sort of walk around like this shit is just black and white, because it's not. Now it is a fucking mess. But the government, that's the last thing I want to say, and we're gonna move on from this, is Netanyahu got his ass back in office to avoid going to jail. Does that sound familiar? familiar? Okay, so like he's determined, and because once he gets put out of office, he gonna be facing charges. So
also since October 7th. Like, wrap your head around this. More than 1 in 100 of every citizen, if you will, in the Gaza Strip has been killed. More than 1 in 100. The number has topped 28,000, and that's not including the number of people that have been injured, displaced. It's a lot. It's a lot.
I know that I deliberately didn't want to say the number because it's horrible. It's
horrible.
1,000% horrible. So it's just not an easy. They're gonna listen to what the fuck we tell them, because they're not. No. Okay. So Yeah, Angie's right. This is their chance to take over the land, even though they are saying one thing, but clearly they're doing other shit. So, and Netanyahu's administration has never supported a two-state solution. They say that they okay maybe,
No.
but they don't support that. That is what we're pushing for. To be clear, okay.
And you know, I also one last thing. I remember Netanyahu speaking, you know, not too long after they started bombing Gaza, and he was saying, "This is our 9/11." And if if you remember when we responded, how we responded after 9/11, we jumped the gun before we had all the information we needed, and we, you know what I'm saying, we basically we blamed the wrong person and killed a lot of people that didn't deserve to be killed.
And when all this shit popped off, that was brought up. When all this shit popped off in October, cats were like, no, we've been down this road. Hear us out when we try and give you some advice here. See, because you about to make me start talking about it. Because
I know,
here's the other thing. Netanyahu's team, maybe not him directly, but people who are part of the process over there got wind of this invasion motherfucking a year in advance.
Yes.
Okay, so, but nope.
Yeah, we go wait.
All right. So, but speaking of, though, what's popping off in other places, all right? So, over the weekend, Trump said, hey, Putin, if you want to go ahead and, just wreak havoc in Europe, have at it. Go with God. So, that's in short. That's hilarious.
He should have just said, hey, just instead of saying Putin, say, hey, boo. That's his boo. That's
right.
his boo.
So what was said is, Trump is like about NATO. He's talking shit about NATO. And just to explain what NATO is, it's the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. It was formed in 1949 after World War II and basically at the start of the Cold War. Okay. This group of countries came together and was like, okay, here's the thing. Somebody fuck with one of us, they fucking with all of us, right? Like, so we got this global gang popping off, right? We all in this together. Okay. Mm-hmm. And it was to stop and fight against the fucking Soviet Union. Well, X number of thousands of years fucking later, here we are again dealing with what was formerly Soviet fucking Union. and Russia still at it, still talking crazy, okay? So there's currently 31 member states. So what Trump was saying is like, if you're not paying your dues, which is actually not really how it works, okay? it's not like a fucking
like
country club.
It's a fraternity. It's a fucking moose lodge.
Like, dude, okay? But Trump was saying, I mean, if you don't pay your dues and like Russia comes for you, if I'm in charge, okay, bet. Feed them to the wolves. I don't give a fuck, okay? I don't care. So just in terms of what this payments process is, though, each member contributes a common fund. They contribute to a common fund. It's based on the size of their overall economy, okay? But it's not like an outright, like, I got 500 on it each month. That's not how this shit work, okay? I hate him so much. So, and again, he literally was like, I would encourage Russia to do whatever the hell they want. If a NATO country gets attacked, oh well. And if he gets back in office, if y'all fuck around, and maybe not y'all watching right now, but y'all know some people in your life who's talking about it. If y'all fuck around, let this man get back in office, he probably pulling us out of NATO because he tried to do it when he was in office last go round. He had generals draw up the paperwork.
Who's the person writing the book? Who's writing the book? Was it his chief of staff? Because he done had 30 of them.
I mean, somebody, there's another one that's about to come out, another book that's about to come out.
Whoever wrote the book, they were like, as soon as he gets in office, he's going to revoke our membership. That's what they said.
Yeah, because he was he was trying to do it once before, and thank God he did not. But yeah, basically, he gets back in office, it's a wrap. So now you got Russia doing whatever the fuck they want to do. They're going to take over Ukraine. They coming for Poland next. Oh, so that's what it was. Thank you, Antoine. So when you mentioned World War II and Nazi Germany, so Tucker took his little punk ass over there to have this interview with Putin and played himself. But Putin started talking about, Poland is the reason why World War II kicked off and it's their fault. And so he starts talking this shit again about Poland, right? So he's talking about Poland is like full of Nazis. No, they're not. And no, they did not start World War II, okay? No. But he's setting it up, right? So a couple days after Putin talked to Tucker about Poland and saying all these lies is when Trump was like, yeah. If they want to do something, y'all go ahead, Russia. Go ahead, boo. As you said, Antoine, go ahead, boo. Do what you want to do.
I'm so tired of the truth being negotiable. The truth is immutable. It should not be negotiable. It should not be connected to how much money you got in your pocket today, whether you paid your dues. It's just the rewriting of history. And just the Blake, just Tucker, just flat out lying. Nobody even asked Putin what he thought. No one was interested in finding out the truth. And the Kremlin was like, yeah, nigga, that's a lie. Get your facts straight. Just the fucking straight up lying to our faces. You just make up shit if it serves your agenda. You just make it up. Just like Monique. You just make it up on the spot.
Period. So again, let's game this out. Okay. Again, absolute worst case scenario, Trump goes back in office. So World War III gonna pop off because North Korea coming for South Korea, China about to take back over Taiwan. We already said what Putin gonna do. And at this juncture in technology, motherfuckers trying to do World War III, what that look like? What that look like for real? Everybody got nukes, okay? Like nobody should want that. Like that dude back in office is a problem for everyone. I know sometimes people don't think who's the president is going to like affect them, but if your fucking hood get hit with a fucking nuke, I bet that's gonna affect you. Like what we talking about right now? So wait, where was it? I want to say, Sarah said, thanks, Antoine. Now I'm picturing Trump and Putin hugged up on stage like Usher and Alicia. That is gross. And thank you, Karen. Putin did insult the hell out of Tucker during his interview. I mean, it was like, that was the best part of it.
And at least Putin, you know what I will say, aesthetically speaking, at least Putin looked like he try and watch what he eat and gets in the gym every once in a while. Shit.
Yeah. Thank you, Kale. Right. And people out here talking about bitching that Biden stammered. He's the gaff man. We all know this. He been that dude from way back. Okay.
And Biden had one thing that people forget. Biden does not stutter, stammer, whatever you want to call it, because of old age. He has had a stammer since he was a young boy. So he has to be more measured when he's speaking. And you're never going to completely get rid of that. James Earl Jones had one. It's wonderful that he sounds as good as he does. It should be celebrated. To use that as political fodder is, again, disgusting.
Y'all assholes. Karen said China's going to cut off our entire power grid when World War III pops off. Thank you, Karen. That gonna affect your ass, okay? Talking about, I don't care who's in office. All right, you ain't got no power now, what?
Yeah, no Fashion Nova, no Temu. The Temu is ruining America.
Dude, that commercial, why? And I think they had 2, maybe 3.
They had several, but the thing, I watched T-Pain. T-Pain did a Temu haul. I think when he was he was doing something like, because what he did, he spent like $1,500. It's a big thing on TikTok.
Oh.
You do a Temu haul, so you might say, here's my $500 Temu haul. And when you see how much shit you get for that $500, it's a lot.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I can see that. Yeah, I've seen
it's a lot. I almost feel like you want to make some inroads in adjusting the culture. Start taxing these fucking Temu imports. It's like, force people to buy American to stimulate the fucking economy. This shit is crazy.
Sir. Okay. So last in terms of, political shit, just in terms of being aware of and paying attention to it, is there is a special election tomorrow in New York, in the area where George Santos lied his ass into office. And sadly, it's too close. So the Democrat that's running. Antoine.
It's literally in the library. The word lie, it has a picture of him next to it. They'd be like, we ain't even got to put it in words. Just look at this motherfucker's face. Everybody be like, oh, him? Yeah, we know what a lie is. We get it.
Oh, God. Okay. All right. So the Democrat who's running is the guy who formerly had the seat, but he didn't run again because he ran for governor. Well, he didn't make that. So he's like, you know what? Let me try and serve my country and get back into Congress in this seat, because clearly that's a problem. But he's running against this woman who is Ethiopian Israeli, I think, something like that. Yeah.
Well, I guess that makes sense because Ethiopia is interesting because they claim to have the Ark of the Covenant in their possession there, and there's Yeah, that's a whole other thing there. It's interesting.
And the thing
I still got to try some Ethiopian food. We got to do that one of these
no,
weekends.
I love me some Ethiopian food.
I've never had it.
Yeah, we gotta do that. So the thing about her, I forgot her name. Don't care. Hope she does not win tomorrow. Is I saw like a snippet though of their one debate that they had. Oh, sorry, no, this area is more centrist Democrat, right? Like it's definitely not a hardcore conservative space, but it's also not like super liberal either. So it's kind of legitimately kind of in the middle. And the guy, the Dem, is a centrist Democrat. The conversation about abortion came up during this debate. She was yelling, a woman should be able to choose what she needs to do. A woman should be able to do that. A woman should be able to do that. But pro-birth. Like it was this crazy.
It makes no sense.
No, it made fucking sense because it's like, you can't out here like with your full chest talking about women shouldn't have a choice. But if you say that, the base ain't gonna be messing with you. It's just to listen to it. I was just like, please don't let this woman win. Please.
Looking at the images, the article confused me because when I see somebody brown, I just automatically assume that they are the Democrat. So she's Republican.
Right.
That's what I assumed. And then I kept looking. I'm like, no, I just made a wrong assumption here. She's a Republican.
No, she is. So it's
brown as fuck.
Who is the right? That's what I said. Ethiopian or Ethiopian Israeli, whatever you want to say it. She is who's the crazy man with the concussion who ran in Atlanta in Georgia?
Damn. I know he had the stroke.
No, but he should have. It seemed like
I'm thinking of somebody completely different.
Football player.
I'm sorry. Walker, Herschel Walker.
I was like, why am I drawing a blank on this crazy
I was thinking I'll tell you who I was thinking about later. But yeah, you're talking about Herschel, aka the abortion machine. Remember, that's what I call him.
Facts, that part. So yeah, thank you, CJ. That race is messy as hell, and they have spent a lot of money. Okay, and it is in Long Island, just as a heads up, where it's popping off. Thank you, Kale. I was struggling. It's been a long day. We told you at the stop. We don't feel good. Okay. Antoine and I are just trying to get through.
Y'all see me? I've been drinking some knockoff Pedialyte. I was.
The knockoff Pedialyte.
Hey, it's got the same ingredients. You know what? And they kill me with this. They kill me with products. They'd be like, compared to the active ingredients in Pedialyte. And I'm like, you shouldn't be able to do that legally. Because like I bought some off-brand ibuprofen today. So I'm looking at Advil. The Advil like $6.99. And then I see Ralph's got a brand and it's like, compared to the active ingredient. I'm like, oh, this shit the same. And it was $2.99. I said, I'm getting off.
No,
getting the knockoff.
Bullshit. It's bullshit. It's just so you can buy Advil. It's just literally you buying the label. That's what that is.
Fuck that. No.
Wait, and I'm drinking tea. Look, this is my mug from Ethiopia, actually.
Oh. Nice.
And I have my water as well. See, we just trying to stay healthy for y'all. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thank you, Kel. Kel said we're doing great. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Struggle.
I feel like low energy Jeb tonight.
Did you say low energy Jeb? Like
yeah, remember that? That's what Trump nicknamed him. Trump is the best at nicknames. I'll give that nigga credit for that shit.
The only thing I'm gonna give him credit for. That's
Meatball Ron. Nimrata came out against Trump in the
because you know what she said. Okay, so because Trump out here talking reckless, he was like, "Where is her husband? Her husband's missing in action. What he doing? Where he at?" And this motherfucker out there serving. He's in uniform, like doing the thing for the country. And I don't like her, but sorry.
They have to stop giving him passes. Just like when he talked shit about John McCain. I like my military heroes when they don't get caught. Okay. You should never be elected to the presidency after saying shit like that.
Calling veteran suckers like losers, like sir.
I had to explain to, let's just say, a family member the other day. I said, when you believe in these misinformation campaigns, and then somebody tries to set you straight, and you start arguing with them, I'm like, that is, that you moving into demagoguery, and that's when you start. That's Hitler-esque. When people and that is what's happening with Trump. It's like you point out a shortcoming and everybody circumvents it. Oh, it ain't that bad. That's exactly how you end up in these situations with these. He's very charismatic. I will never take that away from that man. He actually is funny when he's up there. People can, especially
Here's
some of the
thing.
other folks.
I think he's less charismatic this go round because y'all talking about Biden stammering and like what's coming out of his mouth. What the fuck is the word salad that not only that comes out of his mouth when he's speaking, but also on Truth Social? That's typed out. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like literally. Just somebody said he was actually reading the instructions on a teleprompter the other day. Okay, so charismatic or not, didn't he come out here doing that weird ass dance? That motherfucker looks nutty.
He looks like nutty. He looks like if you poke him in the back of the head, he would tip over.
Because he's always leaning.
He reminds me of Cartman, like Cartman on South Park with the hands like this. And if you just push him, he go tip over his fat ass. I'm just
wait. And allegedly he stinks. Okay. Allegedly he.
They said he smelled like. Oh, let me remember it right. They said he smelled like ass, makeup, and hot. It wasn't hot sauce. I'm thinking of
chicken, KFC.
I remember ass and makeup, and it's one I'm missing.
It's just fucking terrible. Like, dude, I don't care if Biden is walking with a limp. Like, get the fuck out of here. That's a decent man who's trying to do what he can for the country. So that's what I'm
more mad. I'm more mad. It's like, I understand, like, let's say you a white person and you don't fuck with niggas. It's like, I don't fuck with y'all, whatever. I'm like, feel how you feel, but why would you pick this person?
You know what? This again, I don't know if we had talked about it or not, but we're gonna have to bring it up a couple times. If Kamala wasn't the VP and if it was some white man, we wouldn't be having this much pushback.
Oh yeah, definitely true. Definitely true.
Would not be, because they're like, he may not make it. So that means we about to have this black woman as president.
That's
because I'm with you, right? I'm like, look, at least it's another white man. So what's the problem, right?
Yeah. And Nimrata done pointed that out. Nimrata said, look, if they win, Kamala is probably going to end up being president, and I don't think she should be president. I should be president if it's going to be a woman. I'm like, okay, Nimrata.
So Kale brought up, where's Melania? So she has already, I'm pretty sure, renegotiated the prenup, postnup, whatever the fuck it is. I'm sure she's already done that. So, but Karen said she didn't contract for a second term. I'm sure she hasn't, because she didn't want to do the first term.
Well, they also saying that Trump won't be photographed next to Barron because that nigga's 7 feet tall now, and it's emasculating. You have not seen Trump with his son. Name the last time you saw him. It's even rumored that he doesn't like his dad. He doesn't agree with his politics. So you know what? If somebody could score a Melania interview where it's Melania and Barron,
they ain't gonna.
I know, but
that's
God
great.
Damn,
they ain't going. But to your point, though, you don't see them out. You definitely ain't seeing Jared and Ivanka out in the campaign trail. They ain't fucking with him like that again. No. They're like, dude, we still trying to get back into like a portion of some good graces of people we used to be friends with. I'm like, whatever.
And they been jump ship. It's a documentary on YouTube that plays. I wake up to it sometimes and it pleases me so. It talks about January 6th, and it goes down the line, and like they're like, and I forget the commentator. He's got one of them raspy old voices, and he's going over every person in his cabinet that's close to him and how they each went one by one and spoke to him and said, hey, dude, you got to fix this. This is getting out of control. Yeah. And how he was just like laughing at them and sitting there and just eating it all up.
Rein these motherfuckers in. No, he didn't want to. Again, so let's see what happens with Jack Smith DC case. That's all I'm about to say about it. So Krista said, y'all remember the story about his hair supplement being linked to brain diseases? No, I do not. Tony said his diapers don't get changed often enough. Melania is committing elder abuse with that. Change that
man. Change that man.
Oh, Sarah said on the golf course, shorts full of shit. Gross. CJ said the Dems could run a traffic car and they would have my vote. Okay, period. Look, as the kids say, period. That's where I'm at. Lord Jesus.
Hey, speaking of that, real quick. So I love JT from the City Girl. I like both of the City Girls. Clearly,
JT be doing some questionable shit.
Well, that's what I was about to allude to. So JT been dropping singles here and there. Her last single, it sounds like she talking shit about
Carisha.
Young Miami. Yeah, about Carisha. Yeah, don't nobody call her Young Miami. Miami. Titty looking pretty, gonna pretty on the titty, gonna get Miami. But JT has her own, she got her own YouTube channel. And she, she's a great rapper. She's the better rapper of the two.
She is.
But
Carisha's personality is a lot of fun.
Exactly. But the videos are like ultra low budget. I'm like, girl, do you have the styling and everything? Ain't she
messing with Lil Uzi Vert? Ain't that her dude?
Yeah, I think they still together. It's just cheap. And then I see Carisha is about to drop a single. It's called Yams. And I think, since I'm not from Miami, I think maybe the area that they're from might be called Yams. Somebody can correct me because I don't know.
Because clearly they working with some yams.
Yeah, because I'm saying yams are legs, right? Oh no, those are gams.
Well, no, it's the lower half.
Okay.
That section.
That's what they call it. Okay. So they showed a preview for her Yams video, and they got the stylist is there and all this other shit. So I'm like, Carisha got a budget, and JT looked like her shit filmed on an iPhone. I don't know, maybe. Yeah.
Speaking of yams, someone did mention that about Alicia Keys last night. I'm like, they was like, the vocals, whatever, but the yams was yamming.
Hey, Crescent, Crescent got some yams on her. I always think of Crescent when I see Alicia Keys. Y'all have a similar frame. Y'all are similarly built.
Funny you mention that because I've lately been trying to wear jeans again. Why? I don't know. I'm crazy, okay? But I stopped wearing them for a reason. These motherfuckers is tight nowadays, all right? So I had them on last night because I got, I'm trying to up my sneaker collection. Nigga, I looked at my thighs. That was cute. Don't get me wrong. I was cute, but it's Midwest, okay? It's Midwest. So I look, my yams was yamming last night.
Look, real quick. One time, because my girls will dress in front of me. One time, Crescent was changing in front of me, and I turned around and said, "God damn, girl, I know that was there."
We'll never forget that moment.
I had no idea. I was like, "Oh my god!"
You grabbed your heart like, hurt.
I was like, Transformers. I'm like, what the fuck?
I think I was telling you, I was like, I can't just wear sneakers without, I can't just have on because I'm gonna look available. And I'm just like, I can't, we gotta keep up certain appearances.
Yeah, so, we got collectively, the Madness Collective. We got some good calf muscles over here collectively at the Madness Collective.
No, I'm down with the ladies. Like I've figured it out. Also had to get some jeans that just had a little bit more give in them than the ones I've had in the past. Is all I'm saying. Okay. So just, Jesus. All right.
Chris, the last time I'm gonna interrupt you. Next week we go do an experiment. I think I might have to have like a meter that goes up. I'm gonna try and start only cussing 3 times per episode. That Danielle made a good point. That may be. I didn't read anything that's the case, but yeah, I'm getting out of control. I need to reel it in.
We gonna work on it together.
We gonna work on it together. Because when I do it, I notice you do it more the more I do it.
And I'll be trying.
It's contagious.
I really do. I really try. Yeah. But then we start talking and, shit just go where it go. See? Wait, Tony said the joys of being Antoine jealousy we have. You're funny, Tony. Okay.
I've seen a lot.
All right. So as Danielle said, hit the like button and subscribe if you're not subscribed. So we're wrapping this up. But the last 2 things I did want to mention are because we've been trying to talk about you did that. I didn't do that, right?
Oh yeah, it was me.
Okay, good. Because I'm like, it's buttons and shit. Just in terms of the Biden wins, because I want this to be continuously mentioned. So Representative Clyburn out of South Carolina said, it was a tweet, said Biden has forgiven 137 billion in student loan debt. And for the next 4 years, another 75,000 students will become eligible every 2 months for relief. So do you want Biden, who did that, to be in charge, or Trump, the person who's already told you that he's against that?
Yeah.
So we gonna regularly, because I can't get the other word out of my mouth right now. We gonna regularly talk about the things that can continue if we keep Biden in office, and the shit that's gonna go completely by the wayside if he's not.
I want us to make a document, because another family member I was speaking with literally said to me, I ain't seen Biden do anything. And I said, nigga, literally thousands of things. I said, you don't hear about it because he doesn't do a press conference every single day telling you what he's done. And I want to make 2 lists. I want a list that shows what Biden has done during his presidency. And I want a list of all the things that would make Trump unattractive to African Americans on another list. And so that people can see the contrast. You know, these things, it's okay to have issues with Biden, but when you look at all the things that have happened on the other side, particularly in reference to us and who we are as people and things that we find value in, I think if you see the two, there's no way you could.
You know what's interesting? Because if you live in a state where abortion is not allowed, and you like to be one of them Negroes who runs around sticking your dick and everything, and you don't want no condom on, okay? So you just running everything raw. You don't want somebody to be able to get an abortion.
Just had this conversation.
I'm just keeping it practicalities, okay?
Yeah.
So we keep it at 100, right?
Yes.
So that might be something you might want to think about.
You would think that would be you think that'd be at the top of most, street niggas list. All you talking about are bad bitches and sticking your dick in them. Then you want some options, don't you?
Thank you, Tony, because Plan B is the next endangered species. That's right. They coming for contraception next. Okay.
Yeah.
So, Jesus. And then Bev said debt forgiveness builds black wealth.
It sure in the fuck does.
Here's the thing, Bev. For us, we get that. You gotta make it a little bit more clear for some of these other cats. So, but I will say this though. But thank you, Bev, for bringing that up, because that whole barbershop conversation that was had, and the videos floating around somewhere, and he was like, "I want to build generational wealth," and it seems like Trump spoke to businesses more than Biden did. And we ran down a list of shit that was been helpful for small Black-owned businesses. Right? Okay. So again, not being in student, not having to pay all the student loan debt back helps you out. But I mean, maybe you don't have student loan debt, okay? But like your kids might want to go to college, all right? So
it disproportionately affects us. College, higher education is much more of a burden on African Americans than it is on our counterparts. A lot of us have to forego it because we have to help a family member, or we have to look after, cousins or whatever. So when one of us can actually do it, and you have to, a lot of times, like me, I didn't look. When I went to college, I still got, I don't care. I don't mind putting my business out there. I owe over $90,000 in student loans. I owe that much because I had to take on all the loans. My family didn't contribute anything. So, when
I went to grad school.
I know exactly. So, yeah, so it, and y'all know I ain't got $100,000 in my back pocket. Shit. Look, nigga, I'm drinking knockoff Pedialyte. You think I got $100, nigga? What the fuck? So disproportionately affected. So yeah, that's important to us. Even if it doesn't affect you, you got a cousin or aunt or a sibling or a close friend, somebody you care about. Most of us know people that have, entertained higher education, which helps the community, which can help families. And yeah, that's always going to be a positive thing for us.
Right. And as Bev noted, the money you're not paying on debt can go towards a small condo or fixer upper, and that's generational wealth. Yes. Preach. Yes. Also, we got Sarah and Tony in the chat testifying about the student loan amounts that they got forgiven. Kale, love me some Kale. What's up, sir? He out here bigging up cats. This is what we're talking about. This is the militia, okay? This is the madness community. Madness Collective Community. That's a lot of C's.
Fuck you, look, fuck you, Kristen. She gonna say, and take a knockoff Advil too. $2.99. It's on sale at Ralph's.
You keep them $3, okay? Because we need them. Wait, Sarah said you got the
Pedialyte. Pedialyte.
Bye, Sarah. We wrapping this up. We wrapping it up. All right. So the last one, I'm trying to do this, Black history. Black people invented that. Black people invented that. So Dr. Patricia Arabath, she's a badass, okay? She invented basically the procedure that, I had it someplace so I could quickly refer to it. She's the inventor of laser phaco probe? Phaco? Laser. It's FPHACO.
I don't know how to pronounce it.
This type of probe, okay, that it performs all the steps of the cataract removal, right? So making the incision, destroying the lens, and vacuuming out the fractured pieces. She did that. So she's the first female member of the Stein Eye Institute. She's the first woman to lead a postgraduate training program in ophthalmology. She's the first woman elected to the staff of UCLA Medical Center, to the honorary staff. She was also the first African-American to serve as a resident in ophthalmology at NYU. She was also the first African-American to serve on staff as surgeon at UCLA Medical Center. Key, though, is she's the first African-American female doctor to receive a medical patent. She died in 2019 at age of 76. And in 2022, she became one of the first Black women inducted into the National Inventors Hall of Fame.
Wow.
Right?
That's important.
Okay. And so she interned, obviously, in ophthalmology. And so she was one of the first to document that Black patients had double the rate of glaucoma, and realized that the high prevalence of blindness among Black patients was due to a lack of access to eye care.
Wow.
See, this is why it's important for us to be in these spaces, okay?
Yeah.
This is why, all right?
Yeah. That correlation would have never been found if it wasn't one of us in there putting in the work.
No, and this is also why we need more women doing research on mammograms, because I don't want my titties squeezing this between the plastic no more, okay? I don't want that, all right? I need somebody working on that. I don't care if you purple. I don't give a fuck what color you are. Just if you're a woman, get on that, please.
I heard it's like one of the weirdest things y'all have to endure. Women really are unsung heroes, because y'all know I'm gonna have to research this. This wasn't a Black woman, it was a woman. I believe the credit was stolen from her. I believe it was a woman that actually discovered DNA, the double helix, and she was able to take a photograph of it. And she was working for these two male scientists, and they took all the credit. I think they even got like a Nobel Prize or something for it. So yeah, they don't just be stealing from us; they steal from women too.
Look, we can look that up. Look, Women's History Month is when, but sorry. So we just, bigging us up right now. But yeah, that's what happens. The whole Edison and what Tesla, who came with the whole light. But then there's also a Black man who's a part of that process too. We'll get to it. So, all right. When we go over an hour, I would like to try and keep us to an hour and a half. So we're going to wrap up.
Yeah.
But again, like us. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button.
Don't forget.
Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Tell a friend. We'll be back Wednesday at 7 p.m. Tanya. Tanya's going to come and join us on Wednesday.
Oh, nice.
Her show has debuted, and so she can talk to us about her show. So.
Awesome.
Okay. Thank you for watching our Monday night Super Bowl, mostly Super Bowl recap, mostly. All right. We'll see you Wednesday.
All right.